and a very simple one. It's not a rocket science. Whatever relevant to the lean management, it is very, very simple. No need to mug up any formula or no need any scientific calculator, no need some hi-fi softwares. Uh, that's the beauty of lean or a Toyota production system. Okay. So let me enter to the A3 thinking. There is some comics already available. So what this comic says, he want to put the simple presentation. So he put everything in one slide. Okay. But it is very difficult for viewers to understand, or there is some connectivity is missing. All this problem will come. Okay. We want to make something in a very simple manner. So for us also it should be simple. The person who is a viewer, who is going to be an audience. So for them also it should be a simple one. So what are the different types or applications of A3? Why we want to do A3? Where we are going to use this A3? In Toyota, mostly they use for three areas. One is for proposals, making some proposals, and showing the status, and some project problem solving. So for that purpose, majorly they are using, and we are using for a project status, problem solving, information sharing, knowledge capture, capex proposal. Something we are going to do some investment, some new project or new machine purchase, investment, manpower. I'm going to add some manpower for the justification purpose. Okay. Hosting country, that XMAC strategy, annual planning. So for these reasons, we can able to use this A3. These are the area it will be more relevantly applicable. What is this? So A3 is a simple paper, the size of 297 mm versus 420 mm. It's a paper. Okay. So everything we are going to bring within this paper. Whatever we are going to make a proposal, or whatever we are going to make a strategy, or whatever we are going to make a justification, we are going to make it in a simple paper with the logical way. Connectivity is like a storytelling way. So that is the concept behind this. Normally, we are doing so many presentations for whether it's a problem solving or proposal. We are making PPT. The number of slides become more. Then it will take more time to present. What happened in Toyota? So to avoiding this non-value added, so the person who is that called father of Toyota production system, Mr. Taichi Agno, he know what is the value added, and he is the person defined 7 wastes. He don't want to waste the time. Okay, so he don't want to do. People are waiting to make a presentations, non-value added activity. He want to make everything in a simple way. So he want everything within a A3 paper. Most of the things are doing done by hand sketch. No need to do work in a PC or something. Just to make everything hand diagram, that's more than enough. Okay. So normally it's done by process owners, project leaders, or Kaizen leaders. Ultimately, it's not going to change. Ultimately, the flow of A3 is nothing but same PDCA, plan, do, check, act. Whether it is a proposal, or it is a strategy planning, or it's a status, what is our plan? Okay, what we are going to do, what we are going to check, and how we are going to act according to that. So this is not going to change. So our storytelling procedure of A3 also remains the same. So the methodology is PDCA. Only the format is flexible. So some people want P and do and check together, then act separately. So there is according to that, the format is flexible, but the process is standard. We are going to go in this particular sequence. All these sequences are connected like a storytelling. There is no mismatch, and it should be finally come in a beautiful presentation within a single paper with a very good clarity. That is the ultimate purpose of A3. So as I told, format is flexible, but process should be standard. So there are different type of A3. People take more time on plan, some do check act. Some people do different ways. So like this, here I mentioned that 4 difference of A3. Some people make more further classification in a plan. Plan I am making some 2-3 further classification. Do I am making 2 classification. Check I am whatever you make, but this is the PDCA not going to change. That the story connectivity is not going to change. So what is the logic behind that? So we need to connect that. So the problem supported by the data. So everything should be have some evidence. Everything should have some proper data. Okay. So it is not, again, very important thing. I always use whatever the training, I use the same mantra. So it should be, we need to collect the data where really problem is happened. We need to go to the Gemba. Okay. So switch off AC, PC, CC, same thing. So we need to go to the Gemba where really problem occur, the real time data we need to capture. So what is the objective, why we are going to do, and what is the current state and current condition, and what is our future state, where we want to go, and within how much period of time we are going to travel that. Then what is the action plan and how we are going to measure. All these things like a story. What should become first? What should become second? Like this, it's connecting all together. That is called our A3. Yes, Toyota invented problem-solving method with this A3. Okay, so they normally use that 7-step methodology for problem solving, but every company is following 8 steps. Some company following 12 steps. Whatever the matter, here everything we are going to put in a single paper with that sequencing, and the same thing with the clarity of data executed on single sheet. Okay, whatever the size, same size. So it is a single sheet meaning we should not put so much data. There is no space of white color. Everything data. Then there is no use of doing the same again. We want to make simple data and a simple story, and no need to expand. If you present this A3 paper, whoever the audience, by viewing itself, it should be self-explanatory. So like this, we need to prepare that our proposal or status or our strategic planning. So that is the purpose of this A3. So A3 thinking. So A3 thinking is another way. So if you are A3 thinking, if you want to adapt, so you should practice A3. Then how you are going to tell every problem in a story manner. How you are going to see in a big picture. How you are going to see all this problem with the data. How you are going to connect all the sequence. That is called A3 thinking. When you are practicing A3 project reports continuously, then it creates the thinking. Your mind always started thinking every problem in a A3 way. So what should be a real data? What should be the sequence? Okay, how we can able to see in a simple view of big pictures. So that is a A3 thinking. So forces consensus building become also communication tool that follows a local narrative. Okay, it is not necessary we need to always use the PC. We can use our local language. So wherever even operators can be able to make it local language, we can able to make with the hand sketch, pencil. So with the small hand drawings, with this we can able to make. So it will reduce that so many reports generated in time, and it will motivate that operators. Okay, they are also making the reports, and these reports are presented in a big wall. Okay, so even kaizens also we can make in a story way. Why we are making a kaizen? So what are the steps he did? How he made it? What is the benefit he received? And what is the achievement finally happened? So if you adopt this A3 methodology throughout the industry, so much time we can save. The people are sitting only for presentation. So really, if you are making some kaizens, that kaizen making that kaizen will be very less time. But for that, we need to put some competition. That particular organization sends some format. We want to this format only. You need to adopt this format only. Then whatever he did the kaizen, he need to put in that particular format. It will take more time. He need to spend more time compared to how much time he spent for making the kaizen. So that is the what biggest non-value activity happening around that industry now. So we want to make everything simple. So instead of spending more time on making report, he is spending more time for making more kaizens. So that is the idea behind that. So why we need to promote? So in everything information in one page, a structured cycle of improvement. So it is a sequence and structured way. Framework for organizing thinking. So for whether the individual persons or if we are making as a team A3, so it is create that a framework. So how organized way we can able to think. Eliminate the ways of debating method. Okay. So if we make the presentation and each slide number 14, there is a doubt and they start debating. Instead of that, if we make one simple A3, so that debating time and the debating these things we can able to eliminate. It's self-explanatory with the data. Then makes problem solving in a visual. So everything we are making the visuals. Okay. So there is no hidden agenda, all these things. So we are making everything in a visual manner. So with the pictures, so that will be makes participants or make audience to understand well. Tell a story, so like a storyboard for a film. So for example, if you want to install one particular line, okay, what are activity you did, the first mission, there is one A3, second mission, there is one. If you make like this, after some time, if you make this A3 book, it would like a film, how this particular organization made, how these licenses are made. After some 4 years, 5 years, everything recorded in A3, that is created your entire encyclopedia of your plant, how all this improvement is happening. So that is the beauty of A3. So A3 should be tell the story. So how to achieve this? Okay. So instead of spending much time in a computer, we can able to do in a hand-on. Okay. Instead of more wordings, you can add some pictures that will give reduce your time, and that will make more clarity to the audience. Work step by step. Work with the concept. Yes, what should be the first step? Why I take the project? What is the current status? What is the future state? Where you are going to do? So what is the gap? Like this, we need to make the sequence way. Okay, that will give clarity on what to do next. Okay, capture the essence. So what is very much important? Tell a story without the need of interruption. So no need to any interruption. So I can able to tell my story without any stoppage of. So I can, the story flow will be very smooth. Okay, so normally again the same repeated things. So strategic planning we can able to use, problem solving we can use, decision making we can use, sharing ideas, proposing any change you want to do, VSM, value stream mapping. So normally they do in a wall map, they call it a big wall they do, but final report we can able to make in a format of A3. Whether it is a industry or a construction site or a bank, wherever. So it explain about your entire process, entire operations, entire boundary of your particular industry, how it is works. Say X-ray. So what are the areas you are good, what are the area you are bad. That means what are the area value addition is happening, what are the area there is a waste is happening. Okay, so it will identify everything, and it will show in a big picture in a visual way what are the, how much your value at a time, how much your non-value at a time, what should be the ratio, and based on that we can take the actions. How the doctor based on the diagnosis report, you will take the what kind of tablet we need to give, what kind of surgery he need to have, like the same manner. So based on this VSM, we can able to take what kind of project we can able to take, then what should be that roadmap for this project. So that is the beauty of VSM. So after VSM normally take we can do in a wall map. So normally with that stickers we can do in a wall. After that, for presenting this VSM, we can use this A3 that will make more clear to that audience. So rapid improvement events. So this is another new word for most of this. Rapid improvement event means after making VSM, we are taking some problems. For example, some companies, SMED, changeover time is the biggest problem. If I am making one product, from that one product to another product, if I want to change, that will take more time in my machine. I need to stop my machine for a long time. So that particular project we are taking in a RAE method. RAE method means rapid, maximum any project we can do within 5 days. In 5 days, most of the project we can able to complete. That is the method. For that report also we can able to show in terms of A3 report. Okay, I'm going to show. So there is n number of methodologies there. I'm going to show one of the methodology which is simple as of now. I'm using for my transformation project. Most of my workshop I'm using this methodology. That is called 9 box. There should be 9 boxes within this A3 that will create a proper story to explain the projects. Let me start with 9 boxes. First one. The first one is reason for action. Reason for action. Why I need to do this project? Why organization want to do this project? how I'm suffering, why it is very important to me to do this project. So that is what is the reason for the project, reason for the action. So here in this particular box, you need to explain. So what is the background, contest? So what are the key business issues? What is the how my customer is suffered or how my business is suffered because of this problem? We need to explain everything. Then therefore improvement are required. So if I do the project, so what are the benefit? So by doing this project, I'm going to improve the customer value. I'm going to improve the delivery. I'm going to improve my quality dimension, or I'm going to improve my efficiency or cost. What are things I'm going to expected to improve? Same way, by doing this project, how my team members' capability going to improve? For example, the first time the organization going to enter in do the Six Sigma project, so the people learn and team members are learning and team members are doing the Six Sigma project. By doing the Six Sigma project, how the team capability, their thinking power and their ability, how it's going, skill level, how it's going to improve. So that also we are going to capture in this first slide, reason for action. And what are the boundaries? It is very important. So if you want to improve, so improve means entire company we cannot able to improve. What is your boundary? From which process to which process you are going to focus? What is your focus area? There should be you are going to reduce the rejection. Okay, which type of rejection you are going to reduce? Which product line you are going to reduce? In this particular, which process you are going to reduce? So everything we are going to trigger the what is a clear cut boundary. Okay. So what boundary means here? What trigger? From what is the starting point? Done up to which point? So trigger is the starting point. Done is the last point. Then what is the scope of your project? And what are things not part of your scope? So for example, I'm going to reduce the rejection because of human error prevention. I'm going to do the projects, the rejection due to human errors. But what is out of scope? My project not going to consider anything related with the machine, anything related with the material issue. So like this, what are the things come under our scope and what are things is not a part of our scope? We are going to clear cutly specify this. And reflections. So what are things we can able to learn from this step? Okay. So that is what a reflection. So this is the first box. You can see in the right side top, there is a go and no go. So all these 9 boxes are going to have this go and no go. That means most of the time we may not get the data. Sometimes 70% of data we have or 80% of data we have, the 20% is still in working. So if we want 100% everything, then only we can go to the next step. Then our project get more delayed. So that's why there is a no go. There is a every step there is a checkpoint, gate, review. Okay. So if your process is okay, as a team members all agreed to go further, then you click the go. Otherwise, you put that yellow card in go and you can go further. If there is a red, then clearly you announce red in a no go, stop the project. Okay, I'll go to the next step. So first box is the reason for action. Why we want to do this project. The second one is initial state. Initial state means where we are now. Exactly what is your current condition, where you are. Okay. So you can do the metrics, whatever your metrics is, you can add that. Then what is the reflection from this project? Okay. So mostly don't take n number of metrics for current condition. So better you take what is the maximum top 4 metrics. These are the top 4 metrics I'm going to improve. These are the top 4 metrics is affecting. So you take the top 4 metrics, that will be good. Sorry. Third one. So again, I repeat, the first one is the reason for action. Why we want to do the project. Second one is the initial state, where we are. And third one is the target state, where we want to go. What is our aim? So what is our customer requirement? So what is our business requirement? So how much I need to achieve and within what period? What is the period? So we already announced that in that reason for action project definition itself, but what should be your timeline and where you are going to? So another 6 months I need to achieve this. So what should be your target? What are the measure you we are considered during this initial state? The same measure we need to put here in a target state with the time boundary. How much time boundary we are expected? For example, it is a 6 month. What should be your phase-wise improvement? After 2 months, how much improvement you are expected? by doing this project after 4 months, after 6 months. So these are the we need to mention here. So when we are mentioning target state, so you need to consider all team members. Okay, whenever who are the team members for your project, so all are should be validated, then committed, then only we need to fill this. Otherwise, don't take some rocket science cinema one-man army movie like this targets. So another 2 months I'm going to change 100%. So practical, be practical, take a smart target. Okay, so first one is the reason for action, why I'm taking this project. Second one is the initial state, where we are right now. And third one is the target state, where we want to go. Now come to the fourth one. So logically. So fourth one is the gap analysis. Gap analysis means we are comparing the gap between current state and the target state. So current state is down, target state is somewhat upper. So what is the gap? What are the things makes that my current state unable to improve to the target state? So what are the gap here? So we are going to put the gap analysis here. So if you want, you can do this gap analysis for n number of analysis tools are there. Okay, here we need to update all the gaps. What are the gaps affecting the problem? So try to analyze the root cause. You ask why analysis. You can take brainstorming methodology. You can take multi-voting methodology. So cause and effect diagram. There are a number of tools are there. You take and write the what are the root causes. Okay, and what should be reflections. Okay, what we learned. So every step there should be a reflection. If you notice, every step there should be a reflection. That means whenever you are doing each activity, you are learning something. You are learning something. Grab all the learning. Okay, so first step is why we want to do the project. Second step is where we are. Third step is where we want to go. Fourth step is a gap analysis. Now we come to the fifth step, solution approach. We identify the gap. We identify some of the causes. So the top one root cause and some of the causes. For each and every problem, we need to develop a solution here. We need to develop a solution. What should be the solution for this particular cause? So we need to put that solution and how it is impacting the current state and how much is going to change the future state. What are the effort is going to require? Whether and how much cost we need to invest. For each idea, we need to fill all these things. Okay, and based on there is a priority, so we can take the solution priority number based on the cost or based on the effectiveness or based on that within this particular project we can do within our resource or some supplier required. Accordingly, we can take a multi-voting and we do the priority of projects. What we want to, what solutions, what is the first solution, second solution, and what is your learning. By doing this step, what we learned, that is a reflection, is going to come here. See, make sure every step there is a go and no go. Okay, if the solution is we are unable to find properly, then stop. Okay, if you find some solution, you find some 5 solutions, but still it's not working, means at least implement that 5 solution first. Whatever, don't, if you are making some error proofing system, don't wait for the perfect okay, which is going to solve 100% of your problem. You find some solution that particular okay or error proofing idea is going to save 60% of problem. Immediately do that. Then you think, then you can able to implement it. So that is very important. Okay, so why we want to do this project? Initial state where I am, target state where I need to go. What is the gap between initial and target? Gap analysis. For that gap, I identify the solutions. Now I start the rapid experiments. Rapid experiments, physical activity. Physical, I know what to do. Solutions I decided. Now I'm going to do the physical work. So physically, what are the changes you want to do? If you want to implement the fibers, if you want to do that maintenance of the particular machine, you want to make the layout change, or if you want to change the process sheets, you want to change that SOP, whatever you are going to do the activities, do that physical works. So what is your experiment? So what is the anticipated effort based on your experiment you received, and what is the actual effort happen, and what are the things follow-up action? So when you did some project, what should be the follow-up action you need to do? Okay, this should be a physical work. This should be a physical work as a team we need to do. That is called rapid improvement event. Okay, so normally in my lean workshop, if you identify some project, that particular project we completed within a week. So I will take 3-week preparation. 3-week preparation. 1 week is a RI week and 3 week is a follow-up. So normally any project we can complete physical work is 5 days. But if you want to complete that physical work 5 days, at least 3 weeks we need to do offline activity of learning. So then only we can able to complete that work in a 5 days. Otherwise, data collect. When we come to that Gemba, then only we need to start data collection. When only we need to go for permission, then only we need to see the record. All these things, then it will take more time. Okay. So this is my methodology of lean transformation. So reflection. Whenever you are doing physical work, what you are learning from these particular steps. So when I did, I come to know there should be a one more project opportunity is there. Whenever I did, I found, oh, it's required some safety measures. Whenever did, I found, okay, there is a skill, particular skill is required for our maintenance team. Whatever you are learning, you are going to put in the reflection. Okay, it starts from why we want to do this project, reason for action, and where you are, current state, and where you want to go to the target state. Then what is the gap analysis in between that? Then for that you are making the solutions, and for the solutions you are doing the implementation, rapid experiments. Now we are making completion plan. You completed the somewhat the physical work. Okay. So what are the activities you done? Okay. Physical work. Based on the physical work completion, still you need to do some more points or follow-up actions. Okay. That follow-up actions, what are things we need to do? Completion points we need to write here. These are actions need to be done. Who is going to better? If you want, you can make that 5W2H format also. So that will be more perfect one, 5W2H. So what is serial number? What is the action? Who is supposed going to do? What is the effect required? When he is going to complete that? And what should be the status? So status also in a visual. You put green, yellow, or red. Simple. Okay. Then what should be a reflection based on this? When you are assigning some thing here, we need to what should be learning. So why this particular training required for the person? So it required the person to work some 2 hours extra, or machine need to be start. So some spare part is required. So some process we need to change. So whatever our reflection we need to write here. By rapid experiments. Then whatever that follow-up actions, we made that completion plan. So completion plan means what are the activity we need to do. Okay. Now confirmed state. Confirmed state means as of now we done so many efforts, physical work, so many analysis, everything done. What are the target state? Target there. So initial state there is a 4 metrics we consider. Same thing we are consider for target state, but now after this particular rapid experiments is done, I done some physical work and I made some action plan. Now what should be the target? So how much it is improved now in current condition because of this experiments. So we need to put here, and what should be our reflection. So the confirmed state means what is the results of your actions as of now. After completing, now you are going to about to complete that rapid experiments, still there is a follow-up works. But you done as a team, you spend your time, how much is now the positive results came. So that same 4 metrics we need to put here, and what should be a reflection. So last one, so I told it's a 9-box thinking. So 9th box we came. So initial first box is reason for action, why we want to take this project. Second is initial state, where we are now. Third one is target state, where we want to go. Fourth one is gap analysis. What is the gap between your current state and target? So gap analysis, the gap we are going to find. For each gaps, what should be the solutions? What should be actions we need to take? There should be a solution approach. Once we receive the solution, we want to do the experiment, physical way. Yes, I got a solution, now I am going to implement. So rapid experiments. When I did rapid experiments, I found, okay, I need to do some follow-up work, some pending works. So confirmed state, completion plan, I made that, what are the pending plans. Now, confirmed state. As of now, I did my work. What is the result I will achieve? What is the result I achieved as of now? The same metrics, whatever we consider for initial state and target state, same metrics, and what is the current right now improvement. We need to put that. Ninth is very, very important slide. So some of the companies call Blue Book. Every project, this particular slide they add in a Blue Book. Okay, insights. So every project, whatever you are finding the reflection, that reflection going to help here. That every style, every steps, every box, you are finding some reflection, learning. That particular learning we are going to replicate here. What is the insights based on this project? What are the achievements you've done? Okay, what we can call a WWW. What went well? Okay, even better it means what went wrong. So it's went like this. If we change like this, it should be better. The team members present. If the team member presents, that will be good. So that is what achievement is. What went well? WWW. What went well? Even better if in a past. That is a positive word. Instead of what went wrong, that is a positive word. Even better if. What helped well? What is the learning? What helped? What is the learning? And what hidden? So what are the problems identified? What helped? For example, what helped? So can participants mute your phone so others cannot get disturbed? Okay. What helped means, for example, maintenance persons, this particular skill is helped, or this particular document is helped, particular audit is helped. So like this, what are things helped for achieving your project? What hidden? So what are things you identified? Oh, these are the things are hidden. Some highly potential person in our team. This person know all these things. What are things hidden, or what are things stops your project? What are things not block for your projects? So you can put that. What is hindered? What are things affected? Then what is your action for continuous improvement or horizontal deployment you are going to do? So you done some project, you have some learning. Based on this learning, next time when we are doing the project, how you can able to reduce your time. Boss, first time I did it. First time I am constructing some new. Okay, in our current scenario, new normal. Everything going to start with the new normal scenario. New normal scenario, you are making some line. I'm going to reduce the manpower. Most of the company going to work with the 30% manpower. 30% manpower they need to produce. So accordingly, we need to change the layout. So spaghetti diagram we need to make accordingly. So productivity we need to change accordingly. Layout we need to change accordingly. Multi-mission concept we need to change accordingly. So first time for online when we are doing changes, we are learning. Okay, these are the problems happen. So this learnings, how we are going to help you to do the horizontal deployment project. First time you are doing this project, it will take some 18 days. So when you are going to implement the next project, you should not go beyond some 15 days. Okay, so that is the learning now. Whatever we are going to learning, that we are going to implement there. What are the problems we identified? Next time this problem should not happen. We need to make sure. So that is all these things going to come here. So action for continuous improvement and leveraging the learnings. Okay, so these are the 9 blocks. So in A3, I propose this method, but a number of method is there. It is not a standard one. Some people have the 7-step methodology. Some people have the 12-step methodology. But in my projects, I'm using this methodology. I learned this from one of my guru. Okay. So if you do this A3, what is the benefit? If you see in a bottom line, okay, bottom line, if you want, let's take a cost reduction. Cost reduction is one of the biggest project for evergreen project for every company. Okay, in a company level, there is a top level, there is a big 10% we need to reduce that cost. Okay, so we need to go down the level. So one person doing in his machine, that should be a power cost reduction. One person doing his area packaging cost reduction. One person doing in office stationary cost reduction. One person doing in a healthcare is going to reduce that some wastage of material cost. So power cost, whatever the thing. So each individual's A3 going to connect the department A3. This department A3 going to connect the plant A3. The plant A3 help us to achieve this particular overall strategy A3. So like this, all A3s are, it's like a story is connected. So that is the beauty of A3. So we can be able to display these A3s. So if one company is how the project is achieved, how last year's journey they achieved. if you want to show, simply if you connect all the A3, by story, it will tell everybody how they contributed for that achieving this particular goal of the company. That is called total employee involvement. Everybody going to contribute. So insights, if you want to do any A3, what are the insights? Go and see. Focus on learning. Okay, visualization, quick feedback. Okay, so bias for action. So what are the bias you do the actions? So like this, these are the insights you will get when if you are starter practicing A3. I just to show one quick case study. Example, case study means simple example. In one organization house, they did A3 with this 9-box thinking. So this is the first box, reason for action. So one company want to improvement based on the VSA actions. They want to improve the flow shell. Okay. So in the project is started, they want to implement the government. So what are the boundaries industrial systems? So what are the key issues they are going to focus is that particular area is more congested. So they want to do more projects in this area. So they want to reduce the space. So they want to improve the fibers. They want to improve the standard work, and they want to establish the full system. And these are the some of the initial state. So they also took the top 4 scenario metrics. What are the metrics? Some handwritten also enough. It's not required all this PC, ACPC. Some handwritten, some color coding, that is more than enough. So what should be your target? So I want to improve this fibers like this. I want to improve on-time delivery like this. So human area, I want to improve like this. So cost area, I want to improve like this. And what should be a gap? Why I am unable to meet that target? So this is some of the VSM points. Okay, analysis points, process flows. Based on this flow, what are the things difficulty in skill transportation? So what are the different major big pictures affecting I am not able to achieve the target? We need to write all over here. Then solution approach. What are the key issues and what should be a solution against this? What are the key issues and what is the solution? There is so many solutions. And what is the top priority solution? Which should be a low cost solution, which should be a solution within our team control, which is a solution very risk free solution, which is a solution if it is not work we can able to reverse it easily. So like this we need to choose the solution. This is a solution approach. Then physical work. Yes, immediately whatever the team, they're spending the time, they're changing the layout, they're improving the fiber, they're doing some maintenance of the work, they're changing that SOP. Okay, they're changing that visual improvement, they're implementing some error proofing system, whatever that. So what is the experiment, what is the anticipated effort, what is the actual effort to receive, and what is the status? Some of the few all these things once we started, sometime we come to know we are unable to complete within the 5 days during this rapid movement. So something we are keeping in process. So completion plan. So what are the activities related with the actions you are planned? Okay, this is the RI completion plans, and this is the opportunities identified. So during our experiment, what are things and what are the while doing experiment, what are the opportunities? New opportunities are identified. So what are the action items? Who is responsible? Date and status. You can add in process. Instead of that, you can use that green, yellow, red. That will be make further easy. Okay, whatever the completed in process and delayed process. Confirmed state. What are things achieved? Yes, I achieved the 5 score. I achieved some delivery, some extended. So cost, how much you are achieved, and what is your skill level? Okay. Insights, the final one. So what are the actions you did? What went well? What went wrong? So instead of what is even better, what helped, what hidden? Okay, low number of orders, planned space not available, items code for consumer. So what are things issues? What are things make your process? What are the things are flow stopper for your projects? What helped? Physical observation, teamwork. So what are the things? So and we'll add our team photo. So this is will be our final A3. It's like this. We can make in a hand sketch also, or if you want to make a printout also okay. But it will connect everything in a good manner. You can instead of very minute graphs, you can put that words, big words. Okay, what should be a target? All these things. So it will help us to connect. So flow is like this. So it's all nothing but PDCA only. So I'm planning here. Okay, I'm doing some actions experiments, solutions. Then checking, I'm doing some, what is my completion plan, I'm checking, what is my completion plan, I'm checking activity. So final one is act. So what is my learnings, how I'm going to act even future projects. So this is the way the A3 report going to help for every industry. It is not only for the manufacturing, it's not only for the healthcare sector, construction, we done for something in a construction, we done for insurance sector also. It reduce your project report making time, and it help us to create a clear picture, and it change the culture. It change the culture, everything connect with the data, everything should be a proper flow connectivity. And once you started practicing A3, you always thinking that manner. Anything tuck, what should be a first step, what should be a second step, what should be a target state, what should be a gap analysis. It go minds always set to that flow. Okay, so this is all about today's program. A3 I told it is simple. It is not a rocket science. Even whatever the lean manufacturing we implemented in healthcare or we implemented in manufacturing, it is very, very simple. That is very, very simple one. Anyone can easily can able to adopt the principles. Finally, lean is what? Lean is making things simple. That's all. So for the simple thing, we never thought a big rocket science things. Okay, and we'll make people can able to adopt this, and people can able to make simple things. Okay, this is what about today's session.